Saturday. It's Saturday. Saturday. I'll tell you what. Hang on, where am I? I'll just put it across here, shall I? It's Saturday today. I don't know what the date is. About the 9th, 8th, 9th, something like that. Not a lot happening really, fish-wise. I've been treating some fish for a guy called Carl, who's recently had a pond build. Pond build's totally been messed up. There's more bends in the bottom drain than there is a plumber's nightmare block of flats, to be quite honest, but it is what it is. You've got to try and make the most of what you've got now. He got a bit of a bacterial infection, so I've been trying to treat them for him. He'll be here later on today, because he's got fish here, there and everywhere. He's a bit of a fishaholic when it comes to buying stuff. So he's got fish all over the place. One company, which I egg and name, and to be fair I think it's disgusting. He's bought a fish off him. I know he's paid in excess of £1,000, and then charging him 80 quid a week to keep it there because of the problem he's got. And I think it's disgusting. If I named it, everybody would know the company, but I egg him. So he's bringing that fish here. I told him to go and get it, stop paying the 80 quid a week, bring it here, you can pay me 80 quid a week instead. No, I'm only joking. So I've got Carl coming round later. And it's like I said, nothing really happening. Really, sort of fish wise at the minute. I've got to go over the farm later on today. And I believe that them getting the fish out today, I ain't going over there to get all sludged up, but I'll set the tripod and everything up, because I believe Steve's going in with a net, just like a landing net, and netting the bigger fish out if he can. I think there's only around about a foot of water in it at the minute, so hopefully he's pumping the rest out now, and I'll try and get over there at some point this afternoon later on. I've got a delivery of timber coming, which is today's subject to what I'm doing at the minute. I'm messing with timber. The reason being, I've got some posts, and my missus said I wanted the seating area covered, you know, where I put the patio seating. I want that covered. What I like is when we go to Mad Dogs and we're sitting under cover and it's raining. That's what I like. So what I'm doing is I'm coming off the top of the sleeper pond, off the roof of that, and then I'm going to slope it down this way to the fence, to these posts here, which I'm cut at 2 metres. So you'll have like 2.5 metres up there, I suppose, near as damn it. These are getting fixed to a post, one post here, one post there, and then I'll be hanging over with the roof this side, pretty much where that post is, and the same the other side over to where the raised bed is, just to try and cover it up. Then obviously the polycarbonate will be ordered when I know what I need. I've got the timber coming for the top today, and that's pretty much it. That's what I'm up to today, Saturday, whatever the date is. Like I said, everything's ticking along lovely. It's as it does, or as it should be. These are all ravenous on a mix of sake, kori and what's that other stuff? Yeah, everybody's raving about it at the minute. I've acquired some. News from here, everybody going on about it. So I've mixed it, to be quite honest. So otherwise I've got that much food in the bloody shed, it'll all be going out today. So as you can see, there's a mixture of food in here at the minute. There's Nutrimare and sake, kori, and them ravenous, that was fed probably 10 minutes ago by the feeder. And then climbing over one another. Currently sitting at 22, I think. 22 degrees. This is why I like to feed them by hand, because I can spread the food out and it saves them battering themselves. But yeah, I'm doing all right. These lot, I'm sound as a pound. The gay pond this is. Even Tony Barker called it the gay pool the other day. But that's just doing me head in. I'm bloody flicking all the food up on the sides, the dickheads. I've had Yorkie on the phone this morning, telling me he thinks he's got a bit of sexy time kicking off in his pond with a goshki and a Ginring Kawaku he's got. And I said to him, throw some stuff in there and get on with it, and see what happens, eh? You know, and get some Ginring goshkis or some crossbreeds, whatever. Might be some nice fish involved. Like these guys. Sleeper ponds also the same. I'm climbing over each other. They're growing like stink now in here. They're at 23. It's actually at 23 and a half. Oh, look at that. How about that for timing? These are growing like stink, to be fair. I've got fish in here on 30 cm again. Now if you remember, it was only at the start of the season as I thinned all the 30 cm fish out and put them in my main pond. But these have caught up really well. There's growth coming on some of the fish what were really growing before, so it's only good. Saragoi there, Charlotte Sura there, and both growing well. Ginrin shower, not really growing that well, but it's growing. And everything's sound. Mustn't grumble, I suppose. That's what they say up north, eh? Mustn't grumble. So I'll leave it there, and I'll probably catch you later when I've got something to show you. I might show you a bit over the pool when I'm over there. As like I said, I'll be going over to get slugs up, so if I'm expecting me to, they've got another thing coming. I'm doing it today. But yeah, right, I'll leave it there. I'm going to crack on with my timber work, get my framework up, or some of it, depending on what time the other timber comes, because that's being delivered today. I've got to get these posts nailed or screwed to the other posts, and I'll crack on with that. Just help it out, split the three posts. Catch you in a bit, eh? It is the 9th of August. I've just checked before I press record again. So we're into the afternoon, round about 2:15, and I've started getting framework up. I've took it square off that side because it looks odd with it square off the back. It just looks totally wrong. So I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's only through up there for now. It's sort of fixed or nothing at the minute. As you can see, I've got to cut the timbers down because I'm hanging over the top of the sleeper pond. So I have fixed that piece across there, which hangs over the shed. Now I've got to do that because I've got to do that to cover the area. I'll put a bit of a strengthener on that end because I've got to have a new shed anyway, so when the new shed goes in I can sort it out permanently then. But that's fixed to the top of the sleeper pond, sleeper pond if you like, to pagoda. So that's fixed up there. And then I've got 1 metre centres except for this end one. Now as you can see, to line it up, to make sure this is covered, I've had to come another 18 inches, and if I left enough to go 1 metre up this side, so it is what it is. It's like, you know, I know I've got to make up one side or the other. I ain't making up that side, I'm making up this side, and that there is square off that side is square. It is square across the fence, which the way my garden is, it tapers from the top out towards the house. So there you go. But I've got a price of polycarbonate up next. I haven't even priced that up yet. So there you go. That's what I'm up to. Saturday afternoon. I've got to go and get some stuff sorted now. Get ready for this evening. I've got to go over the farm at some point and try and help out over there. And we'll see how we get on. I'm saying a lot here. It's because there ain't that much to document, to be fair. There ain't that much going on other than what I'm doing with this framework. Like I said, these are sound, sleeper pond sound, everything's working fine. I am going to get rid of the little shower off the sleeper pond. I know I only put it on a few weeks. That little shower's got to come off there, so if anybody's interested in a little shower, it's only about 12 inches wide, 8 inches deep, something like that. And that little shower's got to come off there. As you know, I am a shower lover, and I'll just put it on there for shits and giggles really. It is full of ceramic media, as you know, I documented all that before. So just in there you can see the ceramic media, and just all the tiers and full as well. It stands around about 2 foot high, 12 inches wide, something like that, and about 8 inches back to front. It's got a spillway, which is just a straight spillway, which I wish it had got a lip on the end, to be honest, but it is what it is. But yeah, there you go. If anybody's after a little shower, hit me up. That one's going, full of media. Ideal for a grow one. There you go. Now I'm looking for food again. I've just been fed about 10 minutes ago again, and these are the same. Some nice fish in there. I'll thin them out in the spring next year, I think. I'll give them a winter. Give them some time over the winter, and we'll thin them out over the spring, I think, next year. Sorghoi ain't going nowhere, the Charatsuri and the Chag ain't going nowhere. And we'll see what else we've got in there then. There's a couple of Karashigois. There's a Aragauki one and a fully scaled one. There's a Ginrin Parachino, that can't go nowhere because that's Vicky's. There's a little Achiba in there. And other stuff, there's a little white Parachino in there as well, just down here. Talking of Vicky, is ringing me, so I'll catch you in a minute. Abinya, just thought I'd check in with you. I've done no video, if I'm honest. I've done nothing for the last 2 weeks. Really, I mean, what you've seen so far is all I've done. Today's Friday the 15th of August, and there's absolutely nothing happening with the fish. It's like, they're ravenous and going wild. I ain't going to just make videos for the sake of making videos. And them just feeding like mad. Now the only reason I've pressed record now is obviously I'm cleaning the Tempest in the filter house where I am now, and I've just put some blanket weed answering just because he's picking up a load of blanket weed, so I just thought, you know, we'll get the blanket weed knocked on the head before it starts letting go for the winter and causing problems. So I've only put a bit in, I put a lot in. I'll show you the pond in a sec. In the meantime, there's the Tempest. That's his third bubble now. It takes a little bit more to clean out, this one does, because I'm leaving it static, because it's acting as a mechanical filter. So it does take a little bit more to clean out. That's its third drop. Take it out here, and as you can see, the pond's a little bit milky, and that's because I've stuck some blanket weed answer in. I put 4 scoops in, that's all I put in. And it's only just to knock it back a little bit, because if you look down the side of the window, you can just see starting to grow a little bit. So I just want to knock it back to that carpet, what I had before, just to bring it nice again. As far as everything else is concerned, there's not really a lot happening. I bought my Hawthorn up here. Obviously, you know about this. I still have to put a roof on it with my wick on. But obviously the money's got to go for other things, and that's it. It's like, as you can see, nothing's happened, nothing's going on. Got another tree down there, thanks to Adam Sandler for that. That's a horse chestnut. He has dried it out a little bit. You can see one down there, which is me crab apple. I'm gutted if I lose her, I'll be gutted. Here's another one Adam gave me. This one was potted up in a bigger pot, and oh, hang on, let me just get it up for you. That one was potted up in a bigger pot, and as you can see, he's let this one dry out, but the green leaves are coming. There's new life here, there and everywhere on it. I don't know if it's an hawthorn or a beech, if I'm honest. I think it's a beech. So anybody out there with any knowledge of trees will tell me. I mean, luckily things are coming back on the ends of the branches, which is good. It's the bottom two I want them to come back on now. I can't really see anything on there yet. So yeah, so I've got that one which is dried out and this one which is dried out. I bought that off him. I took that off him and a couple of pots, a couple of just training pots. That was one of them, just plastic pots, and that's pretty much all that's happening, to be fair. Not a lot going on. I'll just put that down there. Other than started another channel. That's about the guns. Stick the logo there, I suppose. It's only a Black Country flag, that's all it is. Same as everything else. I've noticed there's a couple of Black Country channels appeared as well. Start a trend. A good look to them anyway. I mean, it's like, I've got nothing to record. Nothing happening. I don't know how many times I can say it. So I hope everybody's well. I must apologise as well for the video at the pond, at the pool. I know I put it out as a premiere, and I couldn't even make the premiere. I've got to visit out and I couldn't even make the premiere. So I've got to apologise to everybody who was on the premiere and watching that. That's my bad. Just couldn't get on there because I've got a visitor, and it's like, it is what it is. You don't turn people away, do you? And you don't be ignorant and put the premiere on while I'm hearing him talking. I couldn't do that. So if you did watch the premiere, I know it was a bit long-winded, and well, my old man said to me, he says, we never even saw a fish in that video, which, you know, But from what I can gather, the pool from yesterday has now been fully emptied, and they've had a lot of big carp out there, and it's now ready to go. So we're going to eat a wick just to dry it off a little bit, put a bit of a skin on the silt. Not as it's going to make much difference, but and then we'll get it refilled back up, and we're fetching the fry on September the 6th, I think. Yeah, I think it's the 6th of September, which is a lot later than what I wanted to fetch him, but what can you do? When you're waiting for something to be done, it don't get done. What can you do? But it's done now. Hopefully it's done now. So there you go. These are doing great in here. I've got a couple of fisher poles in here because, as I don't think I've already said, he's having problems with his pond. It's a pond he had built, and I made a right mess of the pond. Gummy's been there trying to sort him out as best he could, and then that called on me to try and help with the bacterial issues and the water issues. His water now is pretty much spot on, in all fairness. I've been going around there now for 2 or 3 weeks. He's got fish everywhere, he's bought them from everywhere, and I'm still sitting at dealers. He had to have a fish, he had to go down and fetch a fish the weekend because the dealer was charging him 80 quid a week just to hold it there, after him spending £600 on the fish. It's bad, eh? It really is bad. So I've got it in here now. It's in the sleeper pond. There's a kawaka in there and a yellow monkey, and I believe I'm having some more for him, I believe, the weekend. But I think that's probably going to be a stop to it then. So there you go. That's all I can update you on at the minute. Nothing else to show you. Sorry folks, it's just that time of year, right? The summer, everything's ticking over sweet, everything's going nice. Fish and feeding like mad, knocking themselves about like mad because of the food. And as I said, I've just put some blanket weed treatment in, just to try and knock it back a touch. But there you go. Right then, I'll catch you all lot later in a bit, eh?
Good morning everybody. Just come down into the garden doing my early morning checks. It is quite early because we'll be a bit busy later on this morning, so I'll give you the reason why, and that is these 4 here. Now these are the ones that I got last year, and I brought them on over the winter. They were quite small when I got them, and as you can see now, they're in all honesty, they're getting a bit too big for this tank now, and I do need to move them on. So hence the reason this morning is my son's coming over to give me an hand. We're going to get each one of these koi out of the tank, measure it, name it, because these koi are going to go up for auction on the 30th of August at 7 PM. That's on the YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel is Mad Dog Pond. So we'll be doing a live auction with each one of these fish. All the money made, and that is all the money, goes to Dementia UK. And actually, the person who is successful at getting one of these fish, they pay the money direct themselves to Dementia UK and just shows a receipt of what they've done, and that's enough for us. So yeah, like I said this morning, the job is getting each one of these out, putting them into a measuring bowl, checking them over, making sure everything's fine, and then like I said, we'll go up for auction in a couple of weeks time, and whatever money they make goes to a good cause, which is brilliant. Really happy about that. So that's this morning's project, something a little bit different. I've been showing you the setup of all the koi over the last couple of weeks, so I hope we get some support, but we'll see. It is what it is. So have a nice day, and I'll catch up with you later. Thank you. Bye.